Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nick Gray, and today I finally got my hands on the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. I will be doing a full review on both of these smartphones, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon if you want to see my review as soon as it's online. But for today, I'm going to be doing a quick unboxing to show you what's inside the box when you purchase this device, but then also go out and do a camera test with both smartphones, since honestly, that's the feature I'm most excited about, since it's been a couple of years since Google's given us a true camera hardware update, and both of these devices should offer a significant improvement over previous Pixel smartphones. So with that, let's jump into the unboxing and see what's inside. So let's get started with the Pixel 6, and this box is smaller than usual because there is no charging brick inside of the box, but Google still has given us the nice pull tabs on the back, which makes it extremely easy to get inside of the box. No need to pull out a knife. So let's take the lid off and see what's inside. And there we have it, the Pixel 6 right up on top, and this looks really nice, I do have to say. But let's set this to the side for a second and see what else is in here. We have a USB-C to C charging cable and data cable, and then the instruction manual right here on top with a SIM ejection tool. You know, just in case you want to use it as a phone. But as far as the phone goes, this brings back memories of the Pixel 4 for me, which is a design that I really liked. Of course, the camera module on the back is a little bit different, but let's take off this cover here for the display and reveal the 6.4-inch 90 Hz AMOLED panel right there on top. And then switching over to the Pixel 6 Pro, and the setup here is pretty similar, phone right up on top, but as you can see, this is the main difference here. With the camera module, we have a third camera on the back of the phone, which is a 4x telephoto camera. But as far as everything else goes, inside the box is going to be the same. When comparing these two phones, there's not really much of a difference when it comes to the size, but the main design difference is going to be the stainless steel frame on the 6 Pro versus the aluminum frame on the Pixel 6, and the curved display on the 6 Pro as well, as you can see curving over the edge of the device. If that's something you like, the Pro is definitely the device for you. I know you're really itching to see what the cameras on these two devices can do, but let's talk about the hardware upgrades really quick. We're looking at a 50 megapixel main sensor on the back of this phone, upgraded over the 12 megapixel sensor that we've seen for so long from Pixel devices. But then we also have a brand new 48 megapixel telephoto lens with 4x optical zoom, and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide, which means all cameras on the back of this phone can record 4K video at up to 30 frames per second. And then we also have an upgraded 11.1 megapixel selfie camera, which means it can also record 4K video as well, which is a first for a Pixel device. But as far as things go with the Google Pixel 6, you have the same 50 megapixel main sensor and then that 12 megapixel ultra wide, but the 4x telephoto camera does not make an appearance here. And then we also have the same 8 megapixel selfie camera up front that's peeking out of the display that we've been seeing on the past few Pixel devices that can only record 1080p video at 30 FPS. So now that we've gotten the specifications of the cameras all squared away, let's go out and take some photos and videos with these two devices to see how they perform in the real world. Now, unlike a lot of other manufacturers that are giving ultra-wide cameras a macro mode, you don't have that here on the Pixel 6 Pro. But what you do have is switching over to the main sensor, you can still capture the object and check out that depth of field you get from that main sensor due to the size of the sensor itself. But if you want to get in closer, you can actually just switch over to the 4x zoom camera. And here I'm about 8 inches away from the subject, and I would say this is probably better than any macro camera that you can currently get on a smartphone. And this here's a look at video capture from the selfie camera on the Pixel 6 Pro. Now, this is a higher resolution camera than what you get on the regular Pixel 6, and with that we finally get 4K video capture for the selfies, which is something that we've been waiting for a very, very long time from a Pixel device. Well, the Pixel 6 doesn't have the same camera hardware on the back of the phone, with that telephoto camera missing on the 6 versus the 6 Pro. My real concern is with the selfie camera itself, specifically when capturing video. You're looking at an 8 megapixel sensor that still just has a 1080p readout when capturing video like this. It's not going to be a huge disappointment for those who don't do a lot of selfie videos, but for those of you and me who do a lot of selfie videos, this is a huge step back when compared to what you get from the Google Pixel 6 Pro. And here we have a look at video capture from the ultra-wide camera on the back of the Pixel 6, and then switching over to the main sensor. And you can really tell the difference in size between those two sensors simply by looking at the depth of field that you get from that main sensor. Unfortunately, there is no 4x telephoto camera on the back of this phone, but it does have a quick switch to 2x digital crop, which can come in handy from time to time. Now, I've only been using the Pixel 6 Pro and the Pixel 6 for about 6 hours now for capturing photos and videos for this video that I'm making right now. But I will say, so far, I am extremely impressed with the video quality from this device in daylight situations, but in low light conditions as well. Mainly because it's not necessarily the best smartphone that's on the market for capturing video, because there are a lot of really good options out there. But when you compare this to what we got on the Pixel 5 and previous generation Pixel devices, it is a night and day comparison. You honestly really can't see the differences until you're in situations like this, where the Pixel 5 simply would have fallen apart. But you have the standard ultra wide, which is good but not the best. But then the 4x zoom, which I would say could go head to head with pretty much any flagship smartphone that's out there when it comes to zoom and video capture. Even the selfie camera on the Pixel 6 Pro is significantly improved over what we've gotten previous years on Pixel devices, and as you're going to see in a second, even the Pixel 6. I mean, this is what you should be expecting from a flagship tier device, as opposed to what Google's been giving us for so many years from its front-facing camera when capturing video. And here it is. This is the Pixel 6 selfie camera, and as you can see, there is a clear difference between the cameras on these two devices when it comes to their selfie cameras for photos and for videos, and it's really, really apparent in low light situations like this. But I will say that the rear camera on the back of the Pixel 6 is just as good as it is on the Pixel 6 Pro, since it is the same exact sensor and lens. The only downside here is that you are limited to 2x digital zoom versus having that 4x optical zoom that the 6 Pro does deliver.
And that's going to do it for this initial camera test and unboxing of the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. Let me know what you think of the results in the comments below, and whether or not you think this is a significant improvement over the cameras that we've seen from previous Pixel devices. I do have a full review of these two smartphones coming up and quite a few camera comparisons, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and stick around for those. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.